The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Carr gonna throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on 1st down. Connor, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and it's 3rd down. Carr now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. This is Connor running right. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike 29. Now watch run. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Raider 9.
Carr. Going for it all. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my linemen out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Leaping, and he makes the grab. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On first down, here's Breida. Oh, what a move. Evades the tackler, and now some space. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go!
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects.
He's got a man, complete. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Eluding the pressure right. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 36 yards on the play.
Now that was an inspirational scramble for a first down, all the while absorbing a big-time hit. Well, we know the guys in the huddle appreciate what he's doing. But how about the guys in the press box, the luxury boxes, the guy who signs his checks, and especially the main guy with the headset on the sideline? I'm not so sure they like that so much.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They run again with Breida. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's Connor. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
You got this. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 31.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Connor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. Getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here. And a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 1.
They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Connor, and he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. James Conner with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Bang out, bang out, bang, bang. Switch, switch. Go, 40.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. DJ Swearinger, a sack on the safety blitz.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Back now in Los Angeles. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw his car. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Carr. Steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Ogbah, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Sherrill's on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Play action. Now Wilson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Again, it's Connor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Brings up third down and 11.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Connor. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Carr. Left side complete to Lockett. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Throwing now is Carr. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. That is caught at the 7. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Down. 185. Blue dead.
Connor on the toss play. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
It's now 4th down and goal.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20, 10, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Seahawks, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for L.A., it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles.